the very first video of the Mastering Java series. So in this video we're going to cover the concept of variables. So variable is a storage location where you can assign or associate some value to it. So what's happening is that Java allocates a certain amount of bytes or memory for that variable so that it can be used later on in the program. So when you declare a variable or create a variable, it has to be in this format. So you have to have a data type, which I'll explain in just a second, a variable name, and a value associated to the variable. So data type is the type of data the variable is. So there are several different data types. These are, for example, short, int, long, booleans, strings, chars, and so on and so forth. There's a lot. But the four main ones that I want you to focus on, and the ones that you will most frequently come across, are int, chars, booleans, and strings. I'll be going over each of those and how we can implement them in Java. So let's begin. So as you can see, the lines right here are green and those are comments. Comments aren't seen by Java. They're just there to clarify your code to whoever is reading it. So like I mentioned, you have to have the data type, the variable name, and the value. So let's say, for example, we want to make a string, which is a variable that contains a series of characters, and we're going to name that my name. So we're going to give it the data type string, and then remember to make that capital. If you have a lowercase s, it's not going to work. So string my name, double quotations, and whenever you end a line in Java, you have to end it with a semicolon. So now we can print this value. So if we write system.out.println, and then we just pass the variable name into the brackets, we can print this out, and the value CM1 will be printed out right here. So what else can we do with variables? Like I mentioned, we have integers. So the short form for this is int. So int, let's say num1 is equal to 5, and int num2 is equal to 10. So we can add the numbers, subtract the numbers, divide them and multiply them, or find the exponent. But there is also another operator called the modulus operation. And basically what that does is it finds the remainder of the value. So let's go ahead and add these values up and see how to do that. So we're just going to take num1 plus num2. And this will print out 15 because num1 is 5 and num2 is 10. So as you can see, it prints out 15. So I'm going to comment this line out so it doesn't keep on saying my name over and over. So what I'm going to do is hold the Windows key and then press /. If you're on a Mac like me, it's the command key, but since I'm using a keyboard, it's the window key. So we can also subtract values, multiply, divide, and so on and so forth. All we have to do is just change this values. So as you can see, by changing up the plus sign to an asterisk, this value is now 50 because 5 times 10 is 50. I also mentioned two different data types, char and booleans. So a char is basically just a character. So we can have char name is equal to, let's say, s. And we can print this out, and you have to enclose it in just single quotations, as opposed to a string, which is in double quotations. So we can do name, and this will just print out the value s, like that. And booleans are true or false values, so they can only have true or false. So we can write boolean, let's say condition is equal to false. So this is basically binary value, which is 0 or 1. So if we write condition, this is just going to print out false. And then we can switch this up to a true. As you can see, it says false, and then we can switch this to a true, and again it's going to say true, like that. So as you can see, variables are extremely important. They're very useful, and you're going to see this a lot as we progress through the series. So keep on adding to this, add your own code, and mess around with these variables. Once you get good at it, we'll move on to strings in the next video, where we're going to manipulate strings, we're going to add characters, remove characters, add characters to specific areas in the string, and so on and so forth. And then we're going to learn about indexing. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video where we talk about strings. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.